Hey guys, what is going on? 101 Talon here, and welcome today to my top 10 favourite storm spells in Wizard101. Now, let's get started with the top 10 countdown. This is going to be fairly similar to my balance spells, but anyway, let's get to number 10. So guys, at number 10 we have the Thunder Snake. Now, this is the first storm spell you get, and this spell is really good for 1 pip when you enchant it. I mean, 380 damage to 420 damage. I mean, when you crit with this thing as well, it is beast. I mean, who would have thought that a first spell in a Squall is this good? But look at this beast. I mean, this spell, for a 1 pip spell, look at this, how much damage this is going to do. Like, a 1 pip spell, and I did 2.2k damage. I mean, Thunder Snake, by far, is way too OP for a level 1 spell. I mean, but that's just how Storm works. Anyway, let's just get on to number 9. So guys, at number 8, number 9, we have got Lightning Bats. Now, Lightning Bats is super OP for 2 pips. I mean, this thing is used for getting rid of tower shields and everything, but when you enchant this, it does 520 to 560 damage. All the storm spells are pretty much amazing when you enchant them. I mean, this is an absolute beast spell to use in PvP. I mean, look how much damage this is going to do as well. I mean, look at that damage. Bloody 3k for 2 pips. It is just an amazing spell, and definitely one of my favourite single hit spells. Even though quite a lot of the low level storm spells are actually some of my favourites, just because how OP they are for the pips you require for them. But anyway, let's go on to number 8. So guys, at number 8 we have got Wild Bolt. Now, this can be a bitch, okay, or really good, just because it does 3 different types of damage. But let's go ahead and see what type of damage it does. This definitely is a PvP spell for Storm, just because it can be shit, which can be good, I guess, if there's a tower shield or a shield on the opponent. But overall, this spell is really OP. It did 2k. That must have been, I think, the 300 damage one. But when you get full damage on that card, it does like 5k if you land a crit, and, well, or at least on my Storm it does. But that may be because I have quite a lot of damage. But anyway, it is really OP at sometimes, and really rubbish at sometimes. But that is just a, like, gamble card. I mean, you gotta just take it. I mean, like, you gotta guess what damage is gonna be. So yeah, let's get on to number 7. Now, for number 7, I'm actually pretty scared to cast this card, just because I could kill myself with it, but when this lands on the enemy, it is really OP, so hopefully I don't kill myself, because that will suck so much. But I mean, if you land on your person, it will do about 2k damage. I mean, I landed a crit with this, I did about 6k damage, so pretty OP when you land it on someone else, but not when you land it on yourself. And I landed it on the enemy, thank God for that. So look at that, 5k damage. I mean, it's just such a good card. But anyway, luckily I didn't kill myself. That voice break, luckily I didn't kill myself in that spell. But that is definitely one of my favourite spells as well, just because it can be OP. Like, Storm has a lot of spells that can be OP, or they can be really shit and backfire on you. Just like the upcoming Risaka's Wraith spell. I mean, I think they should personally do this to Storm, just because Storm is such an OP Squall. They should definitely have consequences sometimes on the Storm spells, just because it's really powerful, and it's just, I don't really see it's fair to the other Squalls, to be honest, how powerful Storm is. But Fire is pretty OP as well. But yeah, what's this guy doing? But anyway, let's get back to number 6. So guys, at number 6, you guessed it, Kraken. This spell is an absolute beast in PvP. Now, this does amazing damage when enchanted, and it is such a good spell for 4 pips. I mean, you get this at like level 22, and it is so overpowered. I mean, for 4 pips, you're going to do about 1k base damage, I think, even if you had 20 damage. I mean, this spell is just so fucking OP, and nothing can explain this spell. I mean, it's, in my opinion, they should nerf some of the storm spells just because it's too much damage, but then they would have to nerf the fire spells as well. But I just personally think that Storm is just pretty much too OP now. Just because, yeah, Storms, yeah, they just can't fizzle. So, yeah, that was a 4 pip spell that just casually did 3k fucking damage. But anyway, let's get to number 5. So guys, at number 5 we have Stormzilla. Now, this spell again is really good. Look at that damage, 925 to 1005 fucking damage for 5 pips. Like, this is basically, it's really weird, Storm, because you get Triton before this spell. You get Triton at level 38, and it does more damage than Stormzilla. It doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, this spell is really good. I mean, like, just pure damage. Most of Storm's starting spells are just pure fucking damage. I mean, look at that, 5 fucking K. Oh my god, and we got an amazing hat as well. Yay, the Frost Touch cap. I'm going to use this for my 2 ice resistance. But, yeah, that is, fucking Stormzilla. Let's go on to number 4. So, guys, at number 4, we have Stormlord. Now, this is the first AoE Storm gets. I mean, it is a really, really good AoE for level 45. I mean, the damage and the stun is really, really useful. But, yeah, this spell is just bloody overpowered for level 48. I mean, look at this thing. It just looks beast. I mean, you summon him. This Zeus thing just comes out of a bloody cloud, looking at you, and then he just bloody zaps you with his fucking hand. Just look at that. And, yeah, then the enemy just dies. But if he still survived, he would have got stunned, and I would be able to kill him. But, yeah, that is Stormlord. Really good spell for level 48. But let's get to number 3. So guys, at number 3, you guessed it, Leviathan. This spell is by far going to make my top 3. Even though I don't use it much, I used this thing so much when I was questing. I mean, it is such a good spell. I mean, just do amazing damage and remove 2 blades. A lot of people, this would be a good spell for PvP, but just because it's 8 pips, it takes a long time to actually save up for it. But if this was like a 5 pip spell, this would be amazing. But look at this thing. It just comes out of like this bloody fog thing, looks at you, and then it just whacks you with its tail. And if it had blades, it would get rid of them. It's just such a good spell. I mean, yeah, that is Leviathan for you. But anyway, let's get to number 2. So guys, at number 2, we have the one and only spam storm card, Tempest. Now, this is basically so overpowered, and my reason for it being so overpowered is because it can be spammed. There's no amount of pips you need for this spell, and it can just be spammed over and over again without having to wait for any rounds. And this thing does, look how much damage she's going to do. 5k bloody damage, and that was with like an 80 damage plus 275 card. I mean, such a good AoE. Not really effective in the low levels, but as you get to like the level 90s, 80s, or 80s to 100s, it starts to become really good. And when you get to Exalted and you have stats like me, it gets really OP, just like you just saw. But anyway, let's get to number 1, my favourite spell. So guys, last but not least, we have the most powerful spell in the whole game, Glowbug Squall. This thing is just, yeah, I'll just let you take that in for a moment. The stuff it does, just 1400 damage to all enemies and remove all their blades. I mean, this is beyond OP. It is just too powerful. It is literally, I actually think no other spell will ever beat Glowbug Squall until like level 150s out, something like that. This spell is unbeatable. I mean, it is so overpowered. I mean, I know I say this about every storm spell, but this is too overpowered. I mean, it does so much bloody damage, and it removes all your blades. Just 8k damage. I mean, it is such a good card. Yeah, I know waiting for that Shadow Pit can be annoying sometimes, but when you get that Shadow Pit, believe me, it is so worth the wait doing that Glowbug spell. I mean, definitely my favourite spell on the whole of Wiz. Even this person thinks it's amazing. Thanks, Kelly Unicorn. Um, but anyway, that is it, guys, for my top 10 storm spells. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.